The ledger tells the same story every night. You're putting in the hours, tracking every metric, yet the math of survival barely adds up. We are told that relentless effort is the primary engine of wealth, but for most, that effort yields diminishing returns, leaving you exhausted while the goalposts keep moving. My mentor, a man who moves hundreds of millions across borders, once pointed to my spreadsheets and laughed. He noted that I was trying to win a fight using only the tools my competitors wanted me to have. Those tools are the ones society promotes most loudly: pure logic, data worship, and the belief that the grind is its own reward. If the path to a global empire was paved solely with hard work and spreadsheets, the people at the top would look much more like the people at the bottom. The massive disconnect suggests a different framework is at play. Historically, prosperity was a collective endeavor. Wealth wasn't merely accumulating cattle or crops. It was rooted in communal rituals that guaranteed the harvest. Colonialism and early industrialization targeted these rituals, recognizing that an interconnected community is difficult to control. The shift was physical. People were moved from shared fields into concrete cities, where their labor was separated and synchronized by belt-driven machines. This transition dismantled the spiritual core that once bound these groups. The rituals were replaced by time clocks and production quotas. The result was the atomized individual, isolated, disconnected from a shared power, and forced to compete alone for basic survival. This historical shift achieved more than just efficient production. It physically and psychologically severed the working class from the communal frameworks that previously sustained them. While the public was moved into this logic-based grind, the architects of global monopolies and these massive skyscrapers maintained a very different practice. They promote a diet of science and hustle to the masses, a framework that prizes logic above all else. This keeps the population focused on individual metrics, too exhausted and divided to look for the patterns governing the whole. But behind these doors, the elite never stopped using the unseen. They understand that no empire stands on facts alone. They weaponize frameworks the public ignores. The logic and facts you worship occupy only the tip of the structure. The foundational architecture bearing their dominance is built on the exact spiritual principles they stripped from the people. Our modern economic systems function as spiritual systems in practice, designed to benefit the few who operate beyond the boundaries of pure logic. This creates the paradox of the modern builder. You are forced to live in a world that demands a worship of facts, while your competition secretly weaponizes the unseen. In this environment, you have to decide what will define your presence. To accept the spiritual grounding provided by this society is to accept a permanent place in its economic and social chains. Reclaiming your power requires you to actively shape the spiritual environment you intend to occupy. The 30K Club maintains the communal framework necessary for this era, an adaptation of the ancient power that was taken. You can continue the grind, or you can look at the architecture beneath it. More will be revealed at 30k.club if you are eligible.